Another Brick fan with the 2022 Advent calendars. This is day 16. Let's take a quick look at yesterday's build. So from Star Wars, we get a TIE Interceptor, nicely done model. We got Nymphadora Tonks from Harry Potter. In Guardians of the Galaxy, we had this nice, very tall candy cane build. And then from City, we got this Scarecrow all dressed up in his winter clothes with a scarf and this very nice blue cap. Let's go ahead and get into the builds for today. Here's our Star Wars Advent calendar. We're looking at day 16 down here on the bottom row. And it looks like another scenery piece, maybe a weapons rack. So there's our weapons rack. Pretty clever how they... Here's our weapons rack. Clever how they use this rail piece here to hold the blaster. And then there's some skate pieces with these 1x1 tiles to make kind of a little mouse droid. And there's a couple of those in there. So nice to get those extra pieces. Let's move on to our next Advent calendar. Here's the Harry Potter Advent calendar. We're looking at day 16 down here on the bottom row. And it looks like a couch with a head on it. Let's take a closer look at this. So then we have our little couch, or maybe chair, armchair, and it looks like that's a head of Professor Slughorn. So this is probably, I think, Order of the Phoenix, I think this is where it was from, when they found Slughorn hiding in that house and he had disguised himself as a couch, or as a armchair. So that is Professor Slughorn. Let's move on to our next Advent calendar. Here we have Guardians of the Galaxy. We're looking at day 16 down here on the bottom row. And it looks like Star-Lord's boombox, or cassette player. So there's a finished cassette player with 2 speakers, it looks like. Let's go ahead and move on to our next Advent calendar. Here's our City Advent calendar, and we're looking at day 16 down here. And it looks like a chess set. And there's our little, I probably said chess, it's checkers, I think, with the round tiles there. So a little checkerboard. Here are our day 16 builds. So we have a weapons rack, maybe even a target range for Star Wars. This is pretty typical of the Star Wars Advent calendars. I like how they have this little attachment and they just attach the new stud shooter there on the side with just a post piece. And then there's a little spot here for extra studs, so the extra ammunition, if you will. We have Slughorn. This is Professor Slughorn from Harry Potter, but remember he was disguised as a couch at the beginning of the Order of the Phoenix, or an armchair perhaps, so there he is as an armchair. This is Star-Lord's boombox with the separate speakers, so you can put the speakers on either side or however you want to arrange those. Again, some nice pieces. Some nice printed pieces there for the dials and the cassette tape, of course, for the boombox. And then finally, we got this checker set for our city set. So we have the nice red and green checkers and the black and white checkerboard, and there's a little fence back here. So a very nice little game set for City. Hope you've enjoyed looking at the day 16 builds with me. Come back tomorrow and we'll do day 17. Until then, happy building. Thanks for watching this Advent Calendar daily build. If you missed a day, feel free to go back. I've left a link to my 2022 Advent Calendar reviews up here on the screen.